Hello, friends. I welcome you, all of you, my international friends, as well as my countrymen. The topic that I have selected for today's discussion is Russian oil price cap. G7 countries imposed a new meticulously designed and price cap on Russian gas, oil and crude oils, gas and oil products, particularly on the area of seaside. Here is they are using a word called seaborne imports. The Russian energy export could fall to a kind of analysis someone has done that if this G7 price cap imposed from the Monday 5th December 2022, then what impact is going to have on Russian oil? The Russian oil, they are analyzing that little bit fall to 5 lakhs or 1 million barrel per day. If early in 2023, after the EU imposed a ban on seaborne imports from Monday, the estimate is at the lower end of market analysis forecast of the combined impact of the ban and a proposed price cap on Russian oil. They have done two things. They have G7 countries, or means European countries, are imposed ban on Russian oil, and they are also a second meticulously designed way forward to a price cap. What is price cap? They have imposed. European Union members agreed this week from 5th December to a price cap of $60 per barrel of Russian oil with an adjustment mechanism to keep the shilling 5% below market values. They have made this. If the price cap is around $60 per barrel, Russia will continue to export its oil comfortably. That is not going to affect Russian oil because of market value 5% is less. But Russia's Vladimir Putin is very, tough man, and he has very good intellect. He will design his own policy to counterbalance this. Okay, he's very clever, very intelligent person. And some analysts saying that the Russian revenue from oil and gas jumped by over a third in the first 10 months of this year when he started war with Ukraine from February. From then, 33% they increased their revenue, oil revenues, because of their price up in the particularly European zone, heating up prices. They are greatly suffering. The European Union, its biggest buyer, cut purchases in the response to the conflict, but Moscow successfully diverted supply to Asia and export only slightly. This is not good. volume price equation. The more Russian oil that is lost in world market, the greater the likely impact on prices. That could benefit Moscow and other major exporters and penalizes consumers in the West, who already face the high price inflation in decades, largely because of energy cost is, in today's Europe in very high. Even if the drop in the export is greater than expected, the impact on the budget is offset by the rise in prices, so the budget revenue are unlikely to suffer significantly. Okay, some analysts said that the Russian budget is going to be implemented next few years. New year financial year is going to start there. The revenue are determined not just by the outright price of the Russian crude, but by the exchange rate at the time of sale. Russian consumption also next year budget or for Russian oil to average $60.1 per barrel. Russia has already calculated their average budget $70.1 per barrel. It could be. The average exchange rate they have designed 68.3 rubles per dollar. That compared with other level of 65 and 61, 62 rubles per respectively. They have, if they are making budget, they have calculated their a comfort level that next year this could be the, because the budget is have expected something that we have to achieve, and how we will make the money to fund the various sectors for development. Okay, so this is price G7, which is applying price cap on Russian oil, is not going to bear any fruit, but the Asian countries, particularly China and India, are importing their Russian oil in large scale. And one thing very important that European Union countries, very recently the United States minister came to India, which is managing the oil affairs and energy affairs, came to India and said that you don't have to use the insurance or policies designed by the European Union, but you can buy your oil purchase from Russia, but don't use the European Union or this kind of mechanism designed by the Western countries. Okay, so India said it's okay, I will manage it. But what is India's situation is? India's per capita income, do you know how much? $2,000. And if you take the European Union and United States of America average, they are $60,000 average. 80% of India's population living in below poverty line. How India can survive this time? We are supplying 80 crore people to feed. Through the government assistance, 400 million accounts have been given some little bit money to survive. It is very hard for India to buy the price-raised oil. Actually, the oil is the base or foundation of any economy, because there is no energy, there could be no any economical activities. So it's for India, which is good for them to get a low price oil. You know, India's situation is very precarious, so it cannot afford a high price rise. And we have also a strategic relationship with Russia. A strategic relationship, I mean the strategic. Russia has always supported some everywhere where India needed support, assistance. But this is not the very way to say that you have the authority to invade somebody or something. I'm not supporting this. I have said that you, Russia, don't have to invade and come to the table and talk your issues. My government already have said that. This relationship is not for to invade someone. I'm behind you. You have to do it. No, I don't support this kind of behavior. Thank you. My heartfelt and sorrowful heart goes to the Ukrainian who are greatly suffering. God protect them all. Thank you. Namaste.